And we are here.
Yeah, we did it.
Welcome.
We did it.
Welcome to a special Thursday edition of Prep Talk Live.
Yeah.
It is Thursday. It is 6 o'clock. We are here. I am Casey with Cascadia Dispatch. And as always, welcome in the Urban Prepper. Tup, how are you? What's up?
Good. Good
How
to
are
see
things
you.
in your world?
Well, things are going good. Sorry about the little snafu yesterday. It turns out you shouldn't schedule live streams when it's your spouse's birthday, and that might be a bad idea. So for those content creators out there, make sure that you uh, heed this warning.
Are you gonna make because you make PDFs for all the things? Like,
Yeah, I
is
think
there
we
a
need a
PDF
PDF.
of things you shouldn't do, and then
Yeah,
maybe do don't plan a live stream on your wife's birthday?
yeah, that's a. I think well, it's not. There currently does not. One does not exist at this point. But I think after yesterday, it's gonna. Yeah, we're gonna
I
have
feel,
to implement that.
yeah, I feel like that's probably a good idea. I
Yeah,
feel like that might actually be like a good birthday present, like a secondary birthday present. Like, I haven't forgotten about the birthday. Not only did we celebrate yesterday, but I have immortalized the idea that I will never ever do this again.
yeah. But we had a great birthday dinner, and the whole family came out, and that all went well. It's just leading up to it. It was there were some mistakes.
Cliff, why aren't you dressed? Well, I have the stream. Prep Talk Live is tonight. It's Wednesday night.
You're
I'm
picking
sorry.
Casey over your
Yeah,
wife.
exactly. Oh, Cliff, you just need to put on a different suit for the
Yeah,
divorce proceedings. That's what you need to do.
it all worked out though. We're here now. We're having
Well,
a good
that's
time.
good. Chuck, you know what? I thought we missed the show too,
Yeah,
but we didn't. We just moved it. And do you know why? It's because that's how we roll. That's how we roll on Prep Talk Live, the bad boys of prepping, who care not about schedules or birthdays of spouses. We do what we want when we want. Sort of that idea.
yeah. I had to send an APB out to Casey. Hey, we gotta
Yeah,
change the plans.
exactly.
Abort.
In very, I would say, very prepper fashion, it was not, hey, how about we move it or whatever. It was abort, abort, abort.
Yeah, that's
I was,
that's
I was
exactly what
like,
was said.
I was looking for my gas mask. I
Yeah.
was like, I was waiting
Red
for the
red alert.
exactly the lights to change to red flashing. I was like, what is happening? But yeah, so anyway, so we're back tonight. We're here. I see Pony Girl's here. We've got, you know what, Pony Girl, but you get to see us today, so it's kind of a bonus. It's kind of
Yes.
like we made you wait just a little more for us. The anticipation, I know, has been killing all of us, but we made it work. And just in case, Pony Girl's on both channels. Pony Girl is a true super fan.
That's when you're a junkie.
She's in both chats.
You're a prepping junkie. You're on
Yeah,
multiple streams at once.
yeah, exactly. For everybody that's here, if you haven't already, go ahead and hit the like button. Because it's not our usual day, hitting the like button might let a few extra people know that might have missed the alerts or anything else. So go ahead and do that real fast. If you don't mind, we would super
We
appreciate
need
it.
all the help we could get now.
So I have to say, as we were jumping on, Chuck had asked in the chat on Cascadia Dispatch how many bougie preppers were here, and I just want to let you know that the bougie prepper shirt design is officially underway.
Good.
I set a batch of designs inspired by things that we have talked about. Some of them not, but some of them I have not done the 2 tools 1 tup short because I'm pretty sure that would be banned everywhere.
Yeah, we might get in trouble for that.
I might sketch it myself, but
Yeah.
like one of my French girls, tup. I would just do it like that.
Like Titanic. Yeah, that's funny. I knew the reference.
I'm glad you did. Otherwise, that would have been even more awkward than it was anyway.
Yes.
So how was your week? We know you had a birthday, or you didn't. Your wife did, and happy birthday to Mrs. Tup.
Yep. Things are flying by. Really, so busy with kind of trying to wrap up the school year and everything. I have a upcoming camping trip, so I've been kind of gearing up my because I got to go big on the camping trip. But I'm going to be a chaperone for a 6th grade class, and we're doing a little 3-day thing. So I'm taking 3 days off of work and then going camping, and I'm gonna get my good overlanding set up and wow them with all my prepping swag and stuff. So that's
That is fantastic. I
yes.
love all of that. What is the swag piece of gear that you're that you think will wow
I think just
the
having
third
a lot.
graders the most?
Yeah, I think just having a lot of stuff that's there, I think will kind of wow them because they have a very minimal, like what they're supposed to bring with them. It's supposed to be minimal, but they didn't
Yeah.
say that I can't go big, so I'm going big. So
Yeah.
yeah.
So you're gonna have satellite dishes. Are you gonna have my like setup? Is that where you're going with this whole thing?
Well, you mean am I going to wear the prepping adjacent sweater? Or is that
Well, I was thinking more of like, are you going to have the propane oven to make them chocolate chip cookies in the
I?
woods?
They told me not to bring those kind of things, but I think I'm going to bring it anyway, just and ask for forgiveness rather than permission on some that.
I
So
I think that's fine. Are
yeah.
you going to be bringing several multiple Wi-Fi networks to
Uh,
ensure that you can stream movies at campfire time?
I have my hotspot capabilities, yes. So that might
Excellent,
be
excellent.
underway. So
I have to say that the big conversation for next year in our camping circle is the projector, so that we can actually
oh,
do the full movie screen drive-in sort of setup.
that's a good
Because
call.
why not?
They said no
Why not?
electronics is what they specified. So
That seems to apply to the children, I would
yeah, I
imagine,
think that's what
not
they
the
said.
adults.
Yep.
Not the adults. That's not a thing. How about the hot water, the hot water shower, the instant hot water tap?
Sorry, I disconnected, and so I just heard tap.
This is.
Sorry.
Will you, while you're camping with a bunch of third graders, how many
Yeah.
taps will you have?
Yeah, I was like,
I'm
what did I miss
curious.
there?
Yeah, exactly.
Water tap, hot water tap. Is that what?
Yeah, exactly. So I was
Okay.
talking about the hot water, but I think maybe like, will there be kegs for the adults? That might be a thing that's required. Camping with
Uh,
third graders.
yeah, I don't know about kegs, but I think that the some of Grandpa's cough syrup might be there. So we'll see.
Okay, all right, that's excellent. That's excellent. You never know when you're going to catch a cold.
Yeah.
I mean, any cough would do. Yeah. Do you have a portable hot water maker?
No, I mean I can boil water, but no, I don't have like a portable one for like the vehicle or
Okay.
anything like that. But that'd be
All
cool.
right. If we ever go camping, I'll let you use mine.
Yeah, I want to check it out.
Yeah, exactly. It's super awesome. I had a friend actually, my friend Sim, who I talk about every once in a while because he makes cool things. And I aspire to make cool things, but I don't have the ingenuity piece, and so he comes up with a good idea, and then I go just try to buy the pieces. And he took my hot water heater and he made a hot tub in his backyard using
Wow.
the propane hot water heater and a stock tank, and took like the filter off of their like pool and made a whole thing so they could have like a little hot tub in their backyard. I was
That's
like,
awesome.
we should bring that on our camping trip.
Totally.
So yeah, so anyway, shout out to Sam and the
Yeah, shut
hot
up.
tub.
There we go.
So yeah, he's the one that's like, hey, we should get drones, and I'm like, that's a fantastic idea. I think we should get drones.
Maybe I should bring
And
my drone to monitor where the kids are at. I'll have it.
exactly. It was
Big
one of those things. I
brother.
was like, Sim, I saw this YouTube thing. You will love it. It's this guy, and he has a drone, and he got software, and he circles around and everything.
Yep.
He was like, that's fantastic. And he ended up getting racing drones, and then I used all of that as a justification to buy my own drone. So yeah, so I think I would like to thank both of you for allowing me to logically rationalize my purchases.
That's okay. I'm happy to help.
Yeah, Coleman does make an
I gotta check
inflatable
it
hot
out.
tub. Yeah, that would be interesting trying to figure out the water source for that. But I like that idea. And I
I'm
hadn't
gonna search
really,
it. Well,
yeah,
Coleman
I
hot
hadn't
tub.
really thought about that in context of camping, but now
That's a
I
lot
have
of,
seen the
lot of water.
boxes. Yeah, the boxes aren't that big, and in the campgrounds they have like hoses and stuff, so you can just fill it up.
Oh, it looks pretty sweet. It's 500. It's over $500, but it's pretty cool.
Yeah, okay. I'm gonna have to think about that. And again, I always hope my wife is watching to support me in this adventure. But I kind of hope she's not, because that might be a surprise when that shows up on our porch to take with us this summer.
Yeah, I sometimes have that. Like, what is this? Why did I got a last week? I got another backpack, and she said, well, "Another backpack." Like, well, this one's different. This one's different.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, we were getting. They came out with a new model of the headlamps at Costco.
Yeah,
Because for anyone who has a Costco membership, they always have like one of whatever the thing is, and then everyone gets that same thing. So you're like, oh, it's the headlamps from Costco. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. So they made a little different version of it this year, and I was like, that's more compact, and I like it. So we should get them. And my wife was like, but we already have headlamps, and I was like, yes, but not these headlamps. And she was like, okay, then are we going to sell some of the other headlamps? I may or may not have burst out laughing in the aisle of Costco. I've been like, no, we put them in another car or something. We don't sell our gear. Are you kidding me? We just have as much as just more and more and more. But anyway, all right. I digress. Make it a Mother's Day gift.
Yeah, that's good thinking.
Fantastic idea.
That's a great idea, because then it's just a miss. If you don't like it, it's kind of a miss, but it's the thought that counts.
Bonus points if we give it to them from the kids.
Wow, big
because Ross. Then
that's kind of next level.
That is fantastic.
4D chess there is that.
We have the best chat. We have the best people in our chat. That is fantastic.
Wow.
All right. So anyway, so you, which backpack did you get? You got a new backpack. Which backpack did you get that you don't already have that couldn't possibly exist in the world?
I forget how to pronounce it. It's a French one. It has these
got a French backpack?
French backpack. I go international. My backpack. It had these unique like slots in it. I want to try it out for modules because it's very modularized, and I got to get the name of it. It's meant for sound engineers.
For carrying baguettes?
Yeah, sound engineers and stuff. They carry a bunch. They have or camera people.
Okay.
They need a bunch of like individual slots and stuff, and so it's not like a big dump everything in the backpack type thing. It's more for that kit, but I think it'd work great for some of the things I'm working on. So we're checking it out. So
all right. I like the R&D approach.
I'll look for it as we're talking though too. I'll put a link.
Well, and if it doesn't work out with the prepping gear, I mean, you could fill it full of bread and soft cheeses.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, you could. It's like the bottom of it. You could open up the bottom and I wish I had it here. It's downstairs, but you open it up and it looks like vertical shelves like that on the inside. It's so kind of like what VanQuest does with their but it's a lot thinner, and it's meant for like keeping cables and stuff in there, or you could put tools. But I thought it worked really great for modules because I like modules. So
yeah. Bougie preppers. Yes. High class preps now. Yeah. Jonathan, 110%. And as I said previously, which I don't know if you were here yet or not, the bougie prepper designs are in the works. Those have been sent out, and we are going to make that a thing.
Okay, it's the Diodario accessories backline gear transport pack, and I'll put a
got it. Okay,
it's pretty sweet.
That's like a photography thing, because I think I've got some of my, which you can't see currently because my office is a mess and I don't want to share that with anyone else. I think I have some of their stuff in my like video.
Yeah, I was spacing on the first name of it. The Diodario.
Yeah, that's fancy.
Is that French? I don't know. I just assumed it was.
I was thinking it was Italian.
It's European.
You know what?
It's a European backpack.
It's not from Texas.
No.
I feel like it's safe to. It's not from Texas. It's not from Michigan. It's probably not from Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
It's European something.
It's probably pretty cool. So I'll keep you posted. Maybe it'll show up as for It's the Preps for Me on a future episode, and maybe I'll show it off a little bit. But we'll see.
I love that idea.
It's still I'm still in the testing phase. So
I love that idea. I think that's fantastic. All right. So you had a lovely birthday. You've got a new backpack. You had a very full week, I would say.
It's been good, and working on the camping trip too. That's my upcoming thing.
Oh yeah, and the camping trip.
And I've been impressed with my potatoes. I don't know. I keep giving potato updates, but I have these potatoes that I got.
We need a graphic. Potato update break.
Well, I got so mad at these ones because I had them in these containers. They're all these mini potatoes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, well, what's going wrong? I'm like, screw it, I'm not even going to harvest you. And I just left them there because I was mad at them. And now they're
Way to
growing.
ridicule the vegetables.
Yeah, I was kind of
Like
shaming them. I shamed
you
them.
knew what you did.
Yeah.
You know what you did.
After all I've done for you, like I fed you, I water you, I take care of you, and then that's what you're going to do. You're going to give me these little dinkers. And so
Yeah, exactly.
there's like these 4 pots that I have, and I just totally left them. I neglected them throughout the winter, snow, everything, and now they're growing again and they're producing more. So it's so I have to forgive them.
They've been beaten into submission, is what's happened. They've
So
been
we'll see what
shamed to
happens.
do better, and they've chosen to do better.
I think I heard at one point that potatoes you could totally neglect them and they keep coming back. But this is my first time actually totally neglecting them, and then they're coming back strong. So we'll see.
Yeah, exactly. All right, that's excellent. Yeah, we had some potato plants and I pulled them out because they didn't. I need to do a different whole potato setup, but I would like to do potatoes. They just never work out according to plan.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm like way behind. Like this was supposed to be the weekend of like putting some seeds in the ground. That didn't happen. We were gonna do a couple of things new to the new chicken coop. That didn't happen. We did get it covered and we did kind of move it around, and that's great. So they're loving their new coop setup. But yeah, this was a from a prepping perspective, this was a very uneventful week.
Okay.
I think for me, I did some scanning. We caught up on some paperwork, digitizing some stuff. It ended up being kind of just a transition week of work, and we're preparing to go on a couple of trips, and so we've been focusing on that and everything else. So it's kind of life all over the place. Is a little hectic at the moment, but you know.
I saw that Jonathan has a question. Top, when you buy a new bag, does it get loaded out with new stuff, or do you transfer stuff from? I try to transfer stuff from older kits if I can, but sometimes like the new bag, I have to fit stuff into a certain pocket. I'm like, oh, this one's not going to work, but I'll do this. So I will get new stuff for some of the modules to work specifically with the bag. But if I can, I want to reuse old stuff because I don't want to just buy new stuff all the time. And one, it gets expensive, and two, like you get made fun of on YouTube. Hey, that thing's so shiny, you haven't used it, the type thing. So I don't want that either. So
yeah, you'll notice the difference between Tup's channel, my channel, and other prepping channels is other prepping channels will make fun of Tup for it not being too shiny. Yeah. Tup will maybe I bring up things in brand new boxes because I haven't even opened them yet. So like, I mean,
I've never done an unboxing video. I don't think if I have, it was probably like in 2001. No, I don't.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it needs to be used, and the wrapping and the original packaging should be long gone, because that shows that I've been using this thing. I don't even have the packaging anymore. So
I always have high hopes of doing unboxing videos, and then I realized that the unboxing videos that I would like, the thing that is being unboxed is not a very exciting unboxing.
Yeah.
Like it's not like a special limited edition thing with it like no one's seen or anything. It's like, here's a Leatherman. Okay, we all know what's like. You open the box, that's all that's in it is the Leatherman. There is nothing else in the box. So
yeah, I have a pet peeve on like YouTube videos where if it's a review video of a piece of gear and they still have the original packaging that it came in, then I know that they didn't test it enough, because I think review videos should be like your underwear. Like you shouldn't have the original packaging that your underwear came in. You should be wearing it and testing it, and then you do the review. So
Tough. How many underwear review videos have you done?
I have. I've included underwear in a couple videos for my clothing module, but I don't model it because the upper bulge is not it's not something I want to put on the internet.
So if you want to see Tup's used underwear, just Google that. You Google that. That's apparently out there. That's fantastic.
But the official Tup underwear is the Ex Officio boxer briefs. Now they're really good. I could find a link for them if you want, but those are the only underwear that I use. They're expensive though. It's like $20 to $25 each, but they're so nice. They're breathable. They last a long time. So I'll put a link in the chat room.
Yeah, I think you should, obviously, or the affiliate link or something.
And I put them in. I have them in all colors. So I have a Wednesday color and a Thursday color and a Friday. So help me keep organized.
I have so many questions and so many comments, and I am instead going to go to Pony Girl who wants to talk about seeds and not your rainbow underwear drawer that I would just
Well, I do. No, it's like grays and blacks and dark blues. It's very.
and that one red pair.
I do have I have a few red pairs. Because sometimes
special occasion.
Well, sometimes you get stuff lost in the laundry room, so you have to have high visibility items sometimes too.
Up is the only person I know whose underwear has reflector tape on it, so it can be seen.
I would totally rock that. That would be awesome. You know, I would rock Molly Webbing. I would rock Molly Webbing underwear.
What would you and Tup? What would you hook to your Molly Webbing on your underwear?
Who knows? I mean, the sky's the limit. There's tons of possibilities. A ham radio, or you could have like a thing for your phone, like right on your Molly. Like if you had a little kind of attachment or a Velcro thing, would be cool. I think.
Yeah, maybe, no, I think that would be great to put on your underwear in case you need to call someone when your pants are missing.
Again, this is a topic I've never thought about, but now I never thought I'd talk about that. Yeah.
None of the 19 people who are watching right now think that that's true.
Yeah,
like we don't think that you haven't thought about that.
Yeah, hundreds of people will watch the rerun of what we're talking about here.
Exactly, tens of people will think about this. Okay, I'm
putting a link in the chat room. It's coming.
Pony Girl wants to know if they glow in the dark.
They don't, because I want to go gray man concept, so I have gray man colors for it. So it's like browns, blacks, grays, dark blues. I do have some bright red ones if I want high visibility. They don't. They don't have glow in the darks, but I would. If they had them, I'd use them. But
what about like an orange if you go out on a camping trip and there are hunters around?
I wish they had something like if they had the bright orange with the reflective stripes, like the type Class 3 or Class 2, I think it'd be awesome.
Can we talk to the VanQuest guys about making those?
I think if anyone could make it happen, the VanQuest could make it happen.
I feel like that's a conversation we should have with them.
And they would have, because they have that nice orange, and they have nice. It'd be like Cordura fabric. It'd be super.
Oh,
hot.
it'd be
super hot. Yeah, ripstop
nylon. For sometimes the claws come out, and you just can't avoid it.
So there's questions. There's questions about the underwear coming in. I think it has anti-odor treatment. Again, this is the ex officio. I put the type in there.
Here I'll put it up here for everybody.
Breathable fabric. It's a mesh fabric. Supplies airflow to cool you down. Anti-odor treatment, which is good for me. That's keeps everything fresh. Durable fabric, comfort waistband, won't stretch out. Easy care and can dry anywhere. It dries super quickly. It's just the way to go.
Okay.
Again, I never thought I didn't. Was this on the topic for the?
Are we naming this TikTok version of this the prepper panties?
This is. I don't. I'm not sure. We could take names from the
Are there
chat
camos? Room. Like, why do you not have camo ones? That seems obvious to me.
Well, I'm looking at the colors now because that's a great idea. Let's see.
Yeah, exactly.
They had hemlock. I could get a hemlock color.
Hemlock, I don't know. Other than the fact that you could poison Socrates with them.
I think it's best to go gray man for underwear.
Fair. Yeah. Fair. Okay. All right. That's fantastic. That is amazing.
Again, thanks for including that on the agenda for this.
Hey, no problem. Yeah. No problem. Anytime. That's happy to help.
I kind of want to grab one because there's right there, but
just stand up and unbutton your pants. I mean, you got to be wearing them. Like,
I don't have the music ready for the.
Here's what we're gonna do. Over the weekend, I'm gonna send you like a disco ball and some club lights, and then next time, you'll be ready.
Yeah. Maybe I'll have it for it's the preps for me. If people want, I could.
It's for preps for all of us. Is what it is. All right. So our topic tonight. It just seems like a hard right turn. But so it's kind of a preps for me related thing. So I figured instead of doing preps for me and our topic, we merge them together.
Okay.
So it's not really the preps for me, it's the preps for kids. And what we were going to talk about was kind of came up last week when we were talking on the stream about precious metals and giving silver coins to the tooth fairy and all that sort of stuff. Yeah. So or
that was a fun topic too.
Yeah, exactly. That was fantastic. We have the
It
best
was
topics.
groundbreaking. It was groundbreaking for
Exactly. The tens of people that watch this show,
Yeah.
just they really enjoy the topics we come up
Yeah.
with. So we wanted to today kind of carry on with that of gifts that you could give kids to get them excited, interested, involved in preparedness. We are not giving anyone a bunker. We are not giving anyone necessarily anything explosive or anything like that. These are things, age range, age appropriate things. Not everything is going to be age appropriate for every age. So we got a bunch of ideas. We'll talk about them. Figure out what age range you should go to. Would you like to kick us off, sir?
Oh, geez. So things to help get the younger generation into as a gateway into prepping, besides silver bullion.
You had an extra 24 hours. It's
Yes.
not like I gave it to you like 2 hours ago, like normal. Like
Well,
you had a whole day.
Yeah, but it does, but it depends on the age range too. Like what I would get my daughter would be totally different than my son, and there's like a 6-year difference between them.
So pick one for each.
Okay, so I think one of the ones that when I do like Cub Scout stuff, the things that they always like is high-powered flashlights. They think they're pretty cool. They're part of me doesn't want to. High-powered flashlights are expensive too, so but I think as a gift, that's a good idea. I still like the silver bullion because you could give that on like special occasions, on birthdays and stuff. It can mean something, and they can have a whole collection. I still think that idea is good on that one. Yes. Other ones to get like the kids involved in it. Boys like knives, like all the scouts, they all want their knives, but I don't want to encourage. You can have the blunt tip ones, which are cool. I think that those are like special things. I remember when I was my son's age, my grandpa gave me his old, it might have been a buck knife or something like that, and it was so cool that he passed down his pocket knife, and of course I lost it, so I wish I still had it. But I think those are kind of like special things that you could kind of pass down and could get the kids into those, just the kind of gear thing. Again, I think gear is a good gateway into prepping.
Gear is a great gateway for adults, kids, children of all ages.
Yeah,
it just is wonderful. I think the high power flashlight thing I think is interesting because I like the flashlight was one on my list.
Yeah,
I was going more kind of just a flashlight in general. I think kids often a lot of times like the adult is the one with the flashlight. So if they get to have their own flashlight, for me, I think a lot of this is just giving them their own thing. So they feel like they have some ownership in it and it's theirs, even if they don't use it a lot, even if it doesn't have all the bells and whistles, obviously. The idea that it's theirs, I think they then start to kind of have more attachment to it. So even if it wasn't like, one of those spotlight crazy ones like you have or I have, or Canadian prepper that can light a tree on fire from 300 miles away or whatever. But like headlamps or I found these ones that were like little glow sticks, but they were LED sort of things. Something even just a little different, like a fun flashlight, something that just, they recognize it as theirs, and that I think would be fantastic.
Yeah, I see a lot of the comment section blowing up on the glow sticks. And I do think that every time that I like when we do Cub Scout, well, my son's in Boy Scouts now, but when we did Cub Scouts, they all loved the glow sticks. That was the big thing. And passing those out, it was like, and they're temporary too. So they had just really good time with those. And, but yeah, I think those are good ones. And I think what else would it be?
I like the knife idea. I took the knife idea because my son was in Cub Scouts and we had a very, I will say, challenging troop. So his Cub Scout experience was similar to mine. It was like he went for a couple of years because it seemed like a good idea. And then some of the other kids in the troop were really distracting. And unfortunately, the troop leader, who was amazing, had some medical issues. And so the troop just kind of started to go downhill and it wasn't interesting for him. The only reason he wanted to stay was because the bears got knives. And he was like, I want to get a pocket knife. I was like, how about this? Instead of us spending the amount of money that it would be for you to be a Cub Scout and be unhappy and not learn anything, how about if instead we get something else? And so I ended up getting him a Leatherman. So he actually could get like he got the knife part of it, but he also got then the pliers and the screwdrivers and the can opener, and he could kind of start to learn, what those were. And so the last time we went camping, he had his little Leatherman on his belt or in his pocket everywhere, and anytime there was an opportunity to do anything with it, then he kind of ran off and he would do the thing. He'd poke the water containers and he would open bags and do whatever, and that was really, I think, a cool thing for him to do.
Yeah, I think again, I'm thinking of my son on these ones and which ones were popular when he was younger versus which ones are now. I think that the knife one, he probably likes I think he likes his knife more than he likes his multi-tool, because once you have your whittling chip when you're in scouts, you could all they do is make spears. That's what they do. That's their training, is like to make your spear.
Very creative
and go kind of go predator style as far as the traps and stuff. The other one that my kids love, and I think would be a good gift for a kid, that they give it to them when they're at the beach, but is to get them one of those military shovels, like the collapsible ones or the wood ones, either one, because then when they're at every time that I bust this out at like the ocean or something like that, because at the ocean you can buy those cheap plastic ones, they're going to break after that one time. But when you bust out the military style one, it's like they make the biggest sandcastles. They love it, and then it's like that's their thing that they bring with them to fish to the ocean, and they last forever. I mean, they can take a beating. So I think and they're really not that much, actually. There's I think Cold Steel has the one with the wood handle, and then there's the military one that folds up to like about that size. That's the one that my son has, and he it's like that's his like gear that he really cherishes for those kind of things. So
yeah, I think Gerber makes one and SOG makes one. There's
kids like playing with dirt, so often. Like I try to get like a really good present, but at the end of the day, they just want to mess with dirt and stuff and throw rocks in the water. That's what they do.
I think that's fantastic. I think all of those would be great. I brought, because I wasn't sure if you were going to talk or if we were going to talk about it. So the Silver Eagles. So for anyone who's curious, so these are the Silver Eagles that we were talking about last week. So you could do something like that. They also make, just silver rounds that you can get at, that are spot price of silver, basically. I had a few of those and then recently transferred them into Silver Eagles, because I talked to somebody and they said, oh, the Silver Eagles are a little bit more well known than just the silver rounds or whatever. And I was like, all right, seems like a reasonable plan. So the ones that I brought as well were the gloves. So I found these at I don't remember if it was Coastal Farm and Ranch or Wilco, one of the agricultural stores in our area, but they are the same kind of leather lined work gloves. They look like the ones that like adults have, but they're kid size. And so there's also one that's more like a nylon one. And so I took the kids and they got to try them on, and then they got to pick whichever one they liked. I think that's another thing, is if there's something you're going to do for the kids, doing it as a gift is great. Also, if you want to take them and have the experience of letting them pick out like their favorite color, or there's also not like a ton of different colors, but they kind of pick. So they tried these on. These are the ones my daughter really likes. My son has ones that are nylon and a little bit bigger, but those I think are cool, because then they kind of, when we go out and do projects, they have them. And then also in their emergency kits, we have our gloves and our bedside table setups. They have a pair of their gloves in their bedside table setup. They have it in their emergency kits and their school bags and all that sort of stuff. So they kind of know it's what it is. Awesome. And then the walkie-talkies. And these are
love that.
And I don't know if sometimes depending on the walkie-talkie you get, it may be something where you get them for the kids. There's two of them, so whether you give them to one kid or both kids, it's a family present for, I don't know. But we have the Motorola talkabouts, and then I just got these, I think, for our last camping trip. And these are the Midland, the GMRS or GRMS. I don't know. I bought the license thing a while ago, but they're not ham radios, and they're not the use anywhere ones. They're the in-betweenies. And so these I think are great. They have a little bit better range than like the standard Motorola's. But it was fun because the place we go camping, there's a big bike loop, And so we would give them one of these, and we would keep one at the campsite, and we would give them opportunities to say, check in or where are you? And it just gives them a chance to use it, get familiar with it, not be afraid to push the buttons and all of that sort of stuff. So
those are all winners, and yeah, the walkie-talkies. I always find my kids lose them is the problem, or they'll break the clip on it or something like that, or they'll leave the battery on. But when they're working, it's like the funnest thing for them. So
oh yeah, and definitely like I think a lot of the gloves we find, like you get disposable ones, or if you go like to a garden center and they have the ones that have like the rubber tips and stuff, like those are great, but they wear out, and these hopefully will last a little bit longer. And I was thinking like, okay, God forbid there's a fire.
That's what I was gonna say. They look like good fire gloves.
Yeah, exactly. That these would actually keep their hands safe from debris or any of that. And we got them. I think I got them on Amazon. I think I got them at the agricultural store to test out, and then when they liked them, then I ordered a bunch of them on Amazon, because I never just buy one of anything. It's always got to come with friends.
That'd be a cool future topic. Like, what are those items that you get gear that you get bulk of? Like,
exactly.
Gloves, or the one I get is the like the beanie caps. Those ones are nice. So,
like the bump caps, or
the bump caps are cool too. No, just a beanie, a warm cap. I usually get those in batch. Like, what's the spacing on the brand? It's the one that everyone has. The Carhartt ones is the one I.
Oh, got it. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Then maybe that'll be next week. Is what are the things that you buy multiples of other than like food?
Yeah, that might be kind of cool.
Yeah. Because I think there's a lot of stuff.
Gloves,
that get. Sure. Especially there's kind of the like, when you find something that you like, you want to be familiar with using it. So I don't want to have I don't want to have 3 different versions of the same thing in 3 different places. Like wherever I go, I want to have the same thing for certain things. You want to have different stuff. Like if I'm at home, I have different supplies than in the car or whatever. But like I also don't want to have 9 different versions of a multi-tool, for example. So let's see. Remember walkie-talkie. Walkie-talkies are kind of like, I mean, every kid should have a walkie-talkie.
Yeah, I think every kid should know the SOS Morse code. I think is good. We did some fun training on that, but then once you give a kid a whistle, they're just going to blow the whistle all the time, and so then it's like kind of rude. They don't save it for emergencies. It's like that's what they just use for the whole day. So.
Yeah, exactly. Somebody actually put up here whistle. Yes, okay. 120 decibel whistle.
Yeah, no. Every time I've done that, if you have multiple kids, they're all just blaring their whistles, and it's like,
yeah, we got them whistles for their emergency kits, and it was like, okay, you get to blow it one time, blow it until you can't breathe, and then we're done, and then we don't blow it unless it's an emergency. So they kind of got it out of their system. But yeah, when you're in big groups of kids, especially, that can go horribly.
I thought it was being cool because I got them like the nice whistles. I forget which ones did I get them. The Fox 40, or it was either the Acme one. They were nice whistles though. I didn't get cheap ones, and they're just blaring them all day long. And we're like, hey, dude, we're taking the whistles away now. So
yeah, you said Fox 40, and all I heard in my head was the Independence Day scene where they're in the jets and they're going, and it's like Eagle 2, Fox 4, like whatever.
That's true.
So yeah. So anyway, I'm fighting aliens.
Cousin Eddie was up there for that one.
Yeah, exactly. 2 fire extinguishers. I like this idea, because you don't often. I know that like when I was going through CERT training, they did a thing where we got to test fire extinguishers, and I had never used a fire extinguisher before.
Yeah.
So it was kind of cool to do it and know how it works. So I like that idea a lot.
Yes, you do. Especially like on the fire extinguishers. Do I have one here? No, I have one. It's over there. But
the question is not, do you have one? It's which size one do you have nearby?
By the way, I had to finally get rid of the chainsaw that was next to my. People were making fun of me, but the fire extinguisher is, if it's one of the metal ones that has the metal handle on it, like the grip on it. Those ones are usually refillable because some of the cheaper plastic ones you can't refill. So I think if you could recharge. So if you could recharge it, yeah, totally do it, because my son, he was shocked when he did it the first time. And so I think it's good to at least know what you're getting into, especially for the kids too. Oh my gosh. Sutton's Days is here.
Whoa. Sutton's Days has entered the chat.
Oh my gosh. we got to clean our act up. Hold on.
I was just going to ask you a question, and I was like, I'm
going to button up my shirt.
You know what? I got to text him.
I was just about to show my underwear too, and then Sutton's Days comes into the chat. I got to.
So Sutton's Days, what you've missed is our wonderful discussion of Tup's prepper panties. That's what we're going to call them.
Prepper panties is
prepper panties. Okay. I think is the thing. And here's the deal. I hate that word as it relates to men's underwear, but it rhymes, and so like I can't hate it too much for that. The question I have is, so we're talking about you wanted Molly webbing and you want reflective tape. What about like a Velcro thing for a morale patch?
Morale patches on boxer briefs. That is big. That's game changing.
Here's the deal. That is big is what the patch would say.
What do you mean, Casey? No, the only
I don't know. Talk about the prepper bulge again.
Well, the only thing I'm worried about is that when you have a bunch of Velcro on your underwear, like you want your underwear to be breathable. And,
to be clear, Sutton's Days is asking for a floor show.
Okay. Well, I'm not going to put them on on. I'll be ruined. But I have some underwear back there.
Tup, you're doing a show with me. It's done. Everything is over. It's all over.
Let me talk amongst yourselves. Talk to Sutton's Days. She's here, and let me see. I'm pretty sure I have them right there.
Quick, everyone, text your friends and your relations. Tup is going to find his underwear. This is fantastic.
Okay. So I said it's good to have underwear that's high visibility. So
it doesn't get lost.
So it doesn't get lost in the laundry room. Because if you have like a gray man concept underwear, like black or gray, it's going to get lost with everything else. But so I have some high visibility red ex officio underwear. And as you can see, super stretchy, breathable. It has anti-odor, anti-sweat. It dries quickly. When you're camping, you just wring them out like that. The band, these are pretty old too. These are probably 7 years old, and they feel just fresh as new. So, and anyway, this is ex officio, as you can see there. And this is the only underwear that I wear. That's right, the Urban Prepper only wears.
Urban Prepper fully endorses ex officio. I need underwear to wipe away the tears that are appearing here. Oh my god, That is unbelievable.
But someone commercial. I'm not only a spokesman, but I'm also
I'm also a client.
I'm also a client. So ex officio, if you want to sponsor me, I'd rep you guys like none others.
Exactly. Ex officio, if you'd like to sponsor Tup or Prep Talk Live with any of these, we'd love to have underwear that can't be missed at night.
Yeah. So they have red ones. I have some baby blue ones. They're but I don't like the baby blue as much. I like the high vis red because it's like a first aid type thing. So it's a
in case there's a medical emergency in your pants.
Yeah, you never know.
Emergency.
I want like a high vis orange, like a
liar. Your pants apparently are on fire. That is what's happening.
I think if they had ex officio, like bright orange, like the construction workers, or like the bright yellow, like the yellow vest or whatever, with a class 2 reflector. That way, when you're going around at night, like people, and if your wife has the flashlight or something, she'll know where you're at. So
I feel like if you are wandering around at night with your wife in your underwear, there shouldn't be a flashlight.
Well, first off, someone asked if they come in women's. They do come in women's.
Yeah.
And the women's look better but I couldn't pull off the women's one, but they do come in women's as well. So
you know what? How do we know? I feel like you at least need to try. You've tried all those other bars and all those other things. You might as well order up a pair. See how they work.
I need all the views I can get at this point, so I might need to do it. It might be my one trending video.
That seems like a TikTok and a half right there. It's like it would be a transition. It would be like all of a sudden you're like gray man, and then you're in the women's version.
Yeah,
and
if I
then
came
you're
out with
back.
that video, I would probably go big on TikTok, and then my YouTube subscribers would plummet. But
I
so
think,
Sutton stays.
I mean, I'm not going to say if you would go big or not. I mean, that's really more of a that's more of a question for Mrs. Tupp to answer. I mean, if she wants to join in the chat, you know, just leave it.
I think that the reflective tape, Sutton stays. You have a question. Where do you place it? I think around the waistband would be good. Now, it would be cool if you had some Velcro, I think, though, because then you could do some cool attachments or Molly webbing. But I don't know, like on the butt, maybe would be like a target, I think, or a target on the front would be good to have.
How about like on an airport, like a landing strip, like if it was like dotted lines, and then there were different colors. You call it like runway, like
I think
letters.
Wherever there's seams, like wherever you normally have seams, like the fly opening and stuff, like if there were mini reflective strips, I think that'd be kind of cool. That'd be
like maybe like a GPS beacon or something, like an alert emergency, hit it, you are here sort of a thing.
I there's a lot of possibilities. I think the underwear market, it's untapped for preparedness for preppers. So I think that like nowadays you easily put in LED lights, like those lights that people get in their gaming rooms and stuff. You can easily do that with underwear. So then
it could also either tell your temperature based on, like as a medical, I mean, they are a medical device.
I always wondered if they should have like hypercolor underwear. Because remember, did you wear hypercolor shirts back in the day? Or?
I didn't. I always wanted one, and then I never got one.
Yeah, I think they could probably do them even better now with today's technology. But like hypercolor underwear would be fun. So.
Yeah, when they're having the strobe light effect, what does that mean? What is happening there? What is? Are you having a stroke or what's going on?
I don't. This live stream's gone off the rails. Sutton's Days came, we got all nervous. And
Sutton's Days with like a rear gas mask. Sutton's Days is so much cooler than I thought she already was.
Wind.
That's fantastic. Yes, I don't like I've always enjoyed
Mira safety could combine with ex officio and have the filters in the back.
I have never been on the inner circle with Sutton's Days. I feel like I've gotten to that point.
Sutton's Days is awesome and super pro on these lives. So you should have Sutton's Days on the live stream.
I think we absolutely should. I think we need to talk.
And Sutton's Days could talk underwear on when she comes on the live stream.
Oh my lord! Oh my goodness! Like Sutton's Days, because she's got the whole homesteading thing. Like maybe there's like egg pockets, like because they make the apron with where you put the eggs in when you get the thing. Like we could have like that, or you could have all kinds of things. Yeah. This is fantastic. I also think we need to talk about bringing on some of our friends. I think we should see about how we structure this in the future to bring some of the other people that we know in to the fold, because I think we have too much fun to not have them included in this.
I can't stop thinking about the rear gas mask now. Like that's untapped. That's like
really that's yeah, okay.
I mean that's like game changing. Like if you could really come up with something that's like a N95 for your underwear for the back. It could save so many marriages. It could save so many friendships.
I feel like we're workshopping world peace right now, ladies and gentlemen. That is what we are doing.
I'm just thinking about all the possibilities that Sutton States just brought into the equation with. Man, filters for the back of the underwear. That's like N95. You change them out. You could have like a little diaper thing that you flip out, and it's like maybe it's like a CBRN style.
It's like a carbon filter thing.
Yeah, if it's CBRN, it could protect from like biological threats and all sorts of stuff. So that's a biological threat, right?
Cliff, I feel like if you need a CBRN filter in your medical grade prepper panties, that perhaps your wife should take you to a doctor instead of dinner for her birthday.
I'm thinking about like my father-in-law and stuff like those kind of folks. Because there's some people
You know what? I'm sure you're asking for a friend. Yeah, that's totally fine. That's reasonable.
Well, yeah, I think like my father-in-law, he's at an age where let's see what people notice. Like, or he does the thing where I don't know how we got to this topic again, but hey, do you guys smell popcorn? That's his line, and everyone goes, "Oh, Grandpa." So if you want a trick, just say, "Does anyone smell? You smell popcorn?" And then
Yeah.
people.
Caitlin, what have you
Sorry,
just slid
sorry.
into?
I'm sorry.
You don't even know, and I don't know that we can recap it. Yes, Cat Rose has gotten it. I'm just gonna say it. It's prepper panties. That's what we're kind of discussing for Tup. I would highly encourage you to go watch the replay because this is
The
one
rerun of
our
this live
best.
stream is going to be
Yeah,
epic, so.
this is fantastic. I am going to have so much fun making TikToks out of this. I don't even know where to start. I was gonna sleep tonight. I don't know that that's gonna happen. We're just gonna work on that.
The whole game changed when Sutton's Days came on board. It was like,
it was kind of like, you were like, oh wait, we need to kind of be nice because Sutton's Days is prepping royalty in these parts of the world.
Yeah.
And I feel like we cutscened in that little TV episode to drinking in the DJ booth with the Queen. I feel like that's what happened.
Yeah, it's like I got a little nervous, and then we immediately went there. So
we immediately hard right turn. It was fantastic. Yeah. If you can do it like sportswear catalog style, I think that's what we need to do.
Or it could be like a bib for when you're eating. Go to a fancy restaurant, get the ex officio bib. There we go. Odor free, dries quickly. Whoever comes on the stream now is going to
too much. There's too much here. There's too much here.
Little shirt that I have. Like if you just glance really quick.
Kat, 100% agree. You'll notice I haven't had anything to drink here in the last couple of minutes because it would be all over the camera and my computer, and I would need to go buy a pair of ex officio boxers to dry myself off. Apparently.
Yeah, that's what you need.
Who needs paper towels or anything like that? You just use tough boxers.
We changed the game on this one. This is a game-changing episode, I think.
Yeah, this really Sutton's Days originally said Bible with a gas mask, but in actuality she meant bib.
When I saw that, I was like, oh man,
which is a completely different thing.
That's totally different.
But all of them are fantastic.
You wouldn't want to go to church if like the pastor had a gas mask on, it'd have to be a mirror safety because that has a speech diaphragm so you could hear what's going on. But
okay,
that'd be
I knew it was going to come to me at some point.
Yeah.
I have an idea. And I'm going to have to get it designed quickly. But it's going to be a shirt and it's going to say, don't get your prepper panties in a bunch, with boxers, with the molly webbing and the morale patch and the things. That is
the morale patch thing that could be a big thing, I think. So.
That's what the morale patch is gonna say.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness!
And someone said, "Big Ross says that they're not going to sponsor me now after this." So
yeah, you know what? I feel like that's their loss.
I've never been. Yeah, maybe you can make it to where those expanding towels where it's compressed, and then just add a little water, and then boom, ex officio gas mask prepper panties. Modern day, that's next level. We're going big on this one. Right?
Compressed underwear,
like the Canadian prepper tablets,
Exactly,
yeah.
Just a little bit of moisture, and then full underpants.
Yeah,
that's what happens. I feel like if they get a little bit of moisture,
yeah,
you've missed the opportunity for the underpants at that point.
I think that you could probably do something like that because really, let's see.
This is the best streams that a million people haven't seen yet.
You can get it down to there, add some water, boom, you got your ex officios right there.
We should put it in like an Excalibur dehydrator, like a vacuum sealer or something.
Wait, have
as the as the design. I may have to have a couple versions made. We might have to vote on them.
Someone's going to screenshot it and use it.
Honestly, this is the best stream that 70,000 people haven't seen yet.
Yes.
Like they all should be here watching this.
We've been waiting for that one viral video that goes out. Maybe the ex officio tactical panties will be what we do.
Tactical pepper panties.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Or now we're doing underwear or origami.
We went there. So
yeah, you know what? It's all about tactical folding. It's compression. It's tactical folding.
That's hilarious. Yeah.
This is the best.
No, I've shown these underwear before in a video. And,
really? And what was that like during your stage days in college, or like when did you show your underwear in a video?
Well, I wasn't wearing them, but for like
of course not.
Well, because in your bug out bag, you want to have, a lot of people will have their socks. So you have like 3 pairs of socks, the socks that you're wearing, it's clean socks ready to go, and then the dirty ones that you've washed, and the same with the underwear. And so I think in some bug out bag clothing modules, I had 3 underwear, the underwear ex officios that you're wearing, the dirty ones that you need to clean or that you've already cleaned, and then the ones that are clean, ready to go, and then you just keep rotating those during bug out scenario. So yeah.
That is fantastic.
Well, this is a new thing to talk about underwear. So.
I also think that. Do you believe that any of us think that that's the only time your underwear has been on a video? That's
let me think back to this. I've been in the game for a while now. I've had multiple kids during the game.
Our streams get better and better every time. Every time we get one, we're like, that was the best stream ever. Yeah. This is the best stream ever. That's what it is.
I'm going to be thinking, thanks to Sentence Days on the gas mask filter for underwear. I'm going to be thinking about that. That's going to be.
I love it that I'm going to come up with a shirt design, and you're going to come up with actually like a thing that works. I feel like that defines actually like our relationship. Yeah. Like you can like the PDFs and all the things, and I'm like, hey, let's make a cool design. Let's do that.
Love it.
Yeah. Oh my goodness! All right,
where do we go from here? There's
nowhere.
We leave people wanting more rather than wanting less. I think
we've given them so much more, so much more. All right, I think we're gonna call it a night. Thank you all for joining us. If you like the stream, if you enjoyed the conversation, tell your friends, tell your family, tell random strangers. Totally fine with us. Hit the like button and the subscribe button. We will be back. I think next week on Wednesday. Are we good on Wednesday next week?
Let me check.
Okay. All right.
But I think we should be good. I won't get in trouble for this one. I think next time.
All right. And then I am not going to be able to do the following week. So, if you'd like to schedule like 8 or 9 of your own streams,
next Wednesday I'm going to be on that camping trip that I was talking about. So.
Okay.
We might have to do like a Tuesday broadcast, or we'll figure it out.
We'll figure something out. Yeah. All right. We'll figure something out.
I'll have my people talk to your people.
Okay.
And then we'll have something. We'll talk to Sutton's Days. We'll get it all approved, and then
exactly get it notarized, witnessed, stamped. Fantastic. All right. Thank you, everybody. I don't have anything else. I'm exhausted. Virtually speechless. This is amazing. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, we'll see you next week. All right.